Hello, hello, hello. It's Dr. Rowe here. I hope you're well. I want to talk about the subject of real estate, property investing in this particular post. And the reason for that is because one of the things that I'm seeing at the moment, and don't get me wrong, it's been going on for a long time. In all the years I've been teaching and going out around the world and helping people to invest in property investing, I think a common question that comes up is this the right time to get in or should we wait? Isn't there like a perfect time to get into property? Yes, there is. The perfect time is now. And they go, well, but what about this? What about that? What about interest rates? What about the economy, etc.? Well, the thing is, there's two types of investors. There's professionals and amateurs. Amateurs tend to chase the shiny coin and get in on a whim because they thought it might be a good idea. Somebody told them they should get into real estate. Maybe they watched something like Martin Roberts' Homes Under the Hammer. Interesting enough, I was just on the phone to him today, or whatever. And they go, oh, I need to get in now. Or they kind of swing the other side and they realize they need to operate as a professional property investor, and they do it with a very specific structure, a plan, an action that's going to get them forward. In fact, Martin and I were just talking about this morning, that it's so important as a property investor to have the right path, the right steps in place to make sure that you don't mess up. If anybody's been out there and tampered around with property over the years, you might have had some bad experiences. You can, on occasions, have a good deal. The problem is I get a lot of people that went into property, one went right, and then they had another one that was okay, another one went wrong, and they thought, oh my gosh, I don't want to make mistakes here. They didn't have a structure, didn't have a system, didn't have anything in place. And I think there are several things to consider. So what I've done is I've put a quick message up here. Here it is. Hopefully this is going to come up. Where is it? Yeah, here we go. Okay, so as I'm recording this now, it's 2021. Here's my basic fundamental message. Start looking at this as a business. Don't treat this as something you might want to have a go at on the side. You and your husband, you and your wife want to give it a go. Oh yeah, we sort of dabbled with this in the past and we thought we'd have another go now because there might be a good opportunity, interest rates are low, etc. Which they are, by the way, which makes it a really good opportunity if you want to build this as a professional property investment business. Don't think of it as buying a property. Think of it as building a future, building a business, creating long-term wealth. Don't think of this as a 3, 4, 5 month plan. Think of this as a 2 to 5 year plan. And certainly when I'm teaching people, I run a 3-day pretty intensive event. And we set people a target of somewhere between 2 to 3 years to be able to step back from their job, their career, their business, with the choice then to be able to be full-time financially independent. That means having a passive income or a mixture of passive and active income coming in on a regular basis that supports their lifestyle. So there's 4 things I want you to consider. Number 1, do you want to get going now or do you want to wait for the next perfect opportunity? And what is a perfect opportunity? Is it when interest rates are higher? Surely not, because they're about as low as you can get them. It's the lowest in 300 years. Is it when you think maybe the newspapers tell you now's a good time to get into the market? Is it when the weather conditions are correct and maybe we should wait till the summer? Is it when you've got available cash to get going on every single deal? Maybe when your job prospects are better? Maybe when you're feeling a little bit healthier? Maybe when the time is right because you're a bit busy at the moment? There's all these things that people come up with as excuses. They call them reasons, but they're actually excuses that stop them getting into real estate. This is the right time. And you know what? The thing about getting a quick start is you have to create some sort of momentum to be able to steer yourself. You cannot steer a static vehicle. If I sat you in my car right now, we can try and turn the steering wheel, but you're not going to get any direction. You have to physically be moving the vehicle before you can actually steer it in a different direction. So let's get that going now. Give yourself a quick start. Those of you who are really excited and want to get going and things like this, at least find out a little bit more at this stage. In fact, there's a link below here. If you're watching this, go click on that link and come spend 75 minutes with me or thereabouts. And I'll go through some of the key there's actually eight key stages that you need to be aware of when it comes to investing in property. What are your other options? People go, oh yeah, I've been putting this off because I'm looking at other options. Okay, so what are they? Well, maybe I get a salary rise. Well, salary rise does not create financial independence. It just means that you work per hour for slightly more, but you've still got a limited number of hours. The beautiful thing about real estate with property investing is you put the work in once and it pays you for life if you buy an investment that produces a passive income. Think about that for a minute. Imagine in 2 or 3 years' time, 5 years' time, getting paid on a property that you bought now in 2021. Whereas in a job, you put the work in once, you get paid, you put the work in again, you get paid each time, and every time you stop working, you stop receiving an income from that job. So look at your other options. Trading the stock market, yes, get yourself skilled up to do it properly, but even then, allow yourself a lot of time to get consistent. So I believe it works. I just think you have to realize that it is something you also have to educate yourself on as well. Starting an online business. Oh, I think I'll just go white label something and do some Amazon drop business. I've seen people doing it out there. Yeah, right. Okay. Again, a lot of people trying it. It's not an asset-based income. What I'm talking about is an asset-based income where you build long-term wealth by buying assets that go up in value and create a positive cash flow as well. So think about your different options. Right now, property is a viable option, and there's so many different strategies as well. You've got to deal with the mental blocks. 85 to 90% of this is actually how you manage this up here. The how-to needs to be put in place, but even if you know the how-to, when adversity comes along, it's how you deal with that. So my recommendation is at least educate yourself to find out what the options are available to you. In other words, what strategies are available to you in the property business? What about income strategies? There's multiple income strategies. What about cash strategies? Well, there's actually multiple cash strategies. Really? Yeah, I mean, one deal might produce more than a whole year's worth of salary for you. Income on a property could be $1,000 up to $3,000 down to £200 a month per property. So understanding all these things is very important. And of course, if you can overcome the mental blocks, then it's looking at my funds. And that's another reason that people say they can't get going. I don't have the money to get into property. Well, there are property strategies where you don't need to have a lot of money to get going. You don't have to control the property, you can control a contract. And the contract allows you to generate an income without physically having to own the property. And that could be a couple of £100 a month or a couple of £1,000 a month or more per property, depending on the type of deal you're looking at. And that's something I explain actually in my webinar. So maybe you come and join me and find out more about that. But also, when it comes to funds, you may have enough money to do the deposit on a property. So what if you could raise money? When I teach people this, I show them how to raise money separately that might enable you, for example, to do the renovation on the project as well. So you've got to start to think differently. Don't allow your old beliefs, your old blocks, and the old system of thinking to stop you having an incredible financial future. So do something radically different today that's going to change your destination. It's going to change your destiny. It's going to give you an opportunity to be financially secure. That was really a motivational message from me to you. Hopefully it's useful. Do click on the link below. Come and join me. At least give me an opportunity to share with you some pretty insightful things. And there's a couple of people I bring on there to share some examples as well. All right, it's Dr. O signing out. Again, don't wait, don't hesitate. Now is the time to start looking at expanding your mind and your wealth. And property is a great vehicle to be doing that, particularly now in 2021 as I'm recording this message. I'll see you, hopefully, on my presentation.